What's your outlook for the insurance sector? Which segments do you think have significant potential to grow further from here on?
I ask people a very simple question. What products would they buy for their own families? And almost everybody says health insurance, term insurance, and then pensions, and then maybe some planning for child education, right? So I think it's crystal clear which products need to be supported. And the only reason people may not be purchasing is either affordability or lack of confidence in the service delivery. But otherwise, those are the products and we have to support them. And I would say even today, term does not have a specific carve out. See, term comes under the overall ATC, whereas it clearly should have a carve out. I think in terms of premium comparison, term is very small compared to savings products. And having a special tax carve out for term is very essential.
Okay. A special carve out. So do you think ATC will be expanded, or the government which has now been...
I think it's time, Siddharth, for us, specifically since you asked me if I was to advise, that risk products and investment products must be considered separately. See, investment products are in line with mutual funds, are in line with fixed deposits, are in line with NPS. But risk products are a very specific category where the customer does not receive anything back in case they do not have a claim. And I think these products need more encouragement if we want to, and these are the products that support the social fabric of the country.
Absolutely, and that's a very good point. As a follow-on to that, how do you see this stacking up against the government choosing to push a zero exemption, zero carve-out, new tax regime, where the government is saying, hey, we'll let you take some extra cash home, but we are not going to give you any exemptions. And that effort has started a few years back. It's still work in progress. Do you think in the long term it's going to impact insurance and other sectors where exemptions have had a role to play for adoption?
See, I think the government has a choice. Every government in the world has a choice. They either encourage a particular action by the population or specifically in social areas, they fund it. And I think for a large part of our population, I would say almost 40% of our population, encouragement is a better route than paying it, because through paying, see, practically the country is at $2,500 per capita GDP and the middle class is at 10,000. So practically, you cannot fund the aspirations of $10,000 with $2,500.
Correct.
And so I think it makes sense to follow a combination of support and encouragement. And I think the middle class would be better served and I've seen a lot of examples of this in Indonesia where the government actually tried to do the entire piece. You struggle to meet the aspirations of the middle class because the middle class has a certain expectation of the cost element, which then the government at lower income levels for the average country is unable to support. And that's just the reality for the next 20 years.
That's a fair point there, and I hope the policymakers take note of that very important point and distinction that you make.